I'm Merely Caruso. It's Friday, October 17th. Today.
We are seeing some of the lowest gas prices across much of the prairies that we've seen really since 2021.
What's driving Winnipeg gas prices down this week and why they may go up before dropping any more. Also today, a somber milestone.
They've been interviewing people. They've been looking at every tip received.
2 years since a 70-year-old Manitoba woman disappeared. What the RCMP is doing to find her, plus restoring the spirit.
The story behind this pole is a part of our resilience.
What's next for a sacred totem pole damaged in a summer lightning storm? Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Did you fill up today? You probably noticed Manitoba is enjoying some low gas prices, the lowest we've seen in years. But there was a bump in the road today that may actually send prices up again. To explain tonight is CTV's Taylor Brock. So Taylor, there's some good news and some bad news here. Give us the good news first.
All right, Marilee. Well, gas prices have fallen on average across the prairies by about 10 cents a litre this month. That's according to Patrick DeHaan, head of petroleum analysis at Gas Buddy.
We are seeing some of the lowest gas prices across much of the prairies that we've seen really since 2021.
In fact, DeHaan says some stations in Calgary today were reporting gas prices at under $1 a litre. Here in Winnipeg, we saw gas selling at around $1.19 and even lower at some stations. It's due to falling oil prices, now sitting at under $60 a barrel. Gas Buddy says it's because OPEC has been steadily increasing oil production all year. And also putting downward pressure on oil prices, the trade war between the U.S. and China and the pausing of Canada's carbon tax. Add these three factors together, Marilee, and your fuel bill just got cheaper.
All right, Taylor, will Manitoba gas prices continue to drop?
Well, according to DeHaan at Gas Buddy, yes. Here's where gas prices in Winnipeg may be heading. In August, Statistics Canada says Winnipeg's average gas price was 137.9 cents a litre. Since then, prices are down more than 15 cents a litre, hovering around 119 today. Gas Buddy predicts that by December, gas prices here may dip even further, possibly even as low as $1.05 at some stations.
But it is possible that, over the next couple of months, relatively low gasoline demand, cheaper winter gasoline is back with us. If oil prices can sustain these lower levels, $57, $56 a barrel, there's even a potential that Manitoba could, in some areas, see a couple of these stations below the $1 a litre mark. But I think that still may be more the needle in the haystack. But I do think these relatively low prices should stick with us for a good portion of the winter.
Okay, this all sounds like good news to me for drivers, businesses, really anyone that relies on gasoline, Taylor. But what about the bad news we were talking about earlier?
Well, there was an incident overnight that may put the brakes on falling prices. A fire at BP Oil Refinery in Indiana, one of the largest in the American Midwest, and supplies much of Western Canada. DeHaan says the fire has sent oil prices up considerably, so we may see higher prices at the pumps over the next week or two. But DeHaan says he expects prices to continue their downward trajectory by late November and December.
All right. Thanks for this, Taylor. 2 men are recovering after being shot during a jewelry store robbery. The jewelry store was operating as a home business at this location on Backman Bay. It's located in the Mandalay West neighborhood near Jefferson Avenue. Police say 4 people stormed the building around 6:30 p.m. on October 9th, shot the 2 men inside, and then made off with an undisclosed amount of jewelry before escaping in a getaway vehicle. The 2 victims, aged 56 and 33, are now recovering in hospital. Investigators are now looking for information about this vehicle, a black 2020-2021 Volkswagen Jetta sedan. Police don't know what the license plate number is, but they say it arrived by driving eastbound on Jefferson Avenue and circled the block a few times before the robbery. It then fled westbound on Jefferson Avenue. Anyone with information or surveillance footage is asked to contact the Major Crimes Unit or Crime Stoppers. It's been 2 years since a 70-year-old woman from southeastern Manitoba disappeared. Joanna Jean Backman from the RM of Piney was last seen on October 13th, 2023. Police say she spoke to a friend 2 days later, but that was the last time anyone heard from her. Despite an extensive ground and air search in the following days, Backman was never found. Today, investigators released these photos of Backman taken just days before she disappeared. They believe she was wearing that same green jacket the day she disappeared.
The investigation is now in the hands of the Manitoba Integrated Missing Persons Coordination Center. They've been interviewing people. They've been looking at every tip received, investigating everything thoroughly. But it's still a mystery as to what happened to Jean and how she disappeared. So we're asking the public to help.
RCMP are urging anyone with information about Backman's disappearance to come forward and call Sprague RCMP or Crime Stoppers. Manitoba communities are set to receive more than $82.3 million from the federal government. Canada's Housing and Infrastructure Minister Gregor Robertson made the announcement at a new Winnipeg fire station in Waverley West. He says this funding, coming from the Canada Community Building Fund, will be used for all sorts of different infrastructure projects like public transit, water systems, local roads, and bridges. It will be spread across 137 municipalities right here in Manitoba.
They have the opportunity to make these strategic infrastructure investments across a range of 19 different categories. So it's very flexible. This is leaving those decisions to the local level to make sure they can invest in the projects that stimulate local economies and connect our communities.
More than $50 million is coming to Winnipeg, including $7 million for Winnipeg Transit. The cities of Brandon and Steinbach are also big winners. We have what each community is set to receive up on our website. Just go to ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. A message to future Winnipeggers will be delivered as promised, even though its current home is undergoing a redevelopment. When Portage Place Mall officially opened in 1987, this time capsule was placed beneath the clock tower. It's filled with 80s memorabilia and is not supposed to be opened until 2062, 75 years after the mall opened. Well, tonight we can tell you the Forks North Portage Partnership has taken possession of the time capsule after being asked to do so by True North. A spokesperson tells us it will be kept in storage at the Forks along with other important archives until it is time to crack it open 37 years from now. I'm dying to know what's inside, Colleen.
We still have a bit of a wait.
You take a peek now? No, I guess not.
Lift the lid a little bit.
All right, let's take a peek at our weekend forecast instead. What do you got for us?
We can take a much bigger look at that. Yeah, there's a Colorado low over Manitoba, and I know when you hear Colorado low, you automatically think snow, or I know a lot of folks do, and a lot of it. Well, no, a lot of precipitation has fallen, yes, but in the form of rain. I'll show you how much has fallen. Now, just a quick look at the satellite radar. It shows you there's not much left to it at this point, but that doesn't mean this is finished with us just yet. So this is important for folks heading to the Bomber game and for folks just looking to get their weekend started. I'll show you more coming up. Let's take a look through the Bath Fitter Live Eye. Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, it's misty. It's 10 degrees, winds out of the west at 30 kilometers an hour. The pressure is dropping and the humidity is 95%. Out in traffic on this Friday afternoon, a live look down into Osborne Village. Very busy there. Folks making their way along Osborne Street.
Thanks, Colleen. Canadian music legends Blue Rodeo are in Winnipeg this weekend. We're going to give you a front row view of their concert last night at the Burt. Plus, why crews were taking down a sacred totem pole at Assiniboine Park today. It's a full half hour of local news. Stay with us.
The biggest meth seizure ever at New Zealand's border.
W5 exposes a global pipeline.
So that is meth from Canada.
And a crisis.
The product's flooding in.
Made in Canada. W5 investigates. Saturday at 7 on CTV.
Scotiabank hasn't shared how many people it's laying off, but jobs are being lost across its banking unit. The head of the bank's Canadian operation says today marks an inflection point in the company's quest to build a better, more profitable bank. 2 years ago, the bank cut 3% of its global workforce before embarking on a restructuring plan. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 71.36. West Texas Intermediate crude is up to 57.15. Western Canadian Select is down $1 to 46.55. And the TSX dropped 350 points today, ending the week at 30,108. Those are your business headlines. I'm Morella Fernandez.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
The city has launched a multi-million-dollar project to bring its archives back to the historic Carnegie Library. The building at 380 William Avenue is 120 years old and was the city's first public library. For decades, the city's archives were housed here until 2013, when rain damage forced a move to a temporary location. Now the city is putting $22.7 million to redevelop the building and bring the archives back. The project will include spaces for reconciliation activities like smudging and ceremonies, as well as room for public programming and research. It will also feature a climate-controlled storage vault. The project is expected to wrap up in 2027. The residential school totem pole damaged in a summer storm is coming down to get repaired. Crews were removing the 21-meter pole today in Assiniboine Park. It was hit by lightning in August and sustained significant damage. The Southern Chiefs organization is overseeing the work. It's recruited a construction company to remove the totem pole and take it to a storage facility. There, conservation experts and the artist will assess the damage to see if it can be restored. The totem pole is considered a sacred reminder of the truths of the residential school era.
The story behind this pole is a part of our resilience. It carries the voices of survivors, the memory of those who never returned home, and the strength of our nations to heal and to move forward. As SCO, we remain committed to preserving the totem pole and ensuring that its story continues to be shared in a meaningful and accessible way.
SCO erected the totem pole in 2022. If it can be restored, the pole will eventually be moved to the atrium of the former Hudson Bay building, which is currently being transformed into a cultural, housing and commercial space. Grand Chief Jerry Daniels says atrium construction is expected to be completed in the next few weeks.
A zombie world populated by people that look exactly like you and I.
A Winnipeg animator nominated for 2 Academy Awards is back. How you can be the first to watch 2 new films from Cordell Barker. That and more local entertainment news coming up in the Spotlight.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Absolute Britney, a tribute to Britney Spears.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and news about a 2-time Oscar-nominated Winnipeg animator who's back with a couple of new films.
It's very exciting. Now, you remember, of course, The Cat came back.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, the latest works by Cordell Barker are about to make their Manitoba debut.
There are some people who I think have the goal, which I wouldn't want to have, which is let's try and build a conscious robot. I mean, why would you even want to do that?
Good Luck to You All is a whimsical exploration of artificial intelligence. Barker started researching the film in 2018, interviewing AI specialists, a philosopher, and even a brain scientist. He's weaved his conversations into the film. The event also features the world premiere of another Barker work, A Prairie Boy's Winter, based on the beloved children's book. It all takes place October 24th at the Winnipeg Art Gallery. Visit wag.ca for more. Now, in case you're wondering, Marilee, the films are 100% human-made.
Well, that is good to know, especially in
No
this
AI.
stage of AI. I never know what's what anymore. Okay. Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra is promising an afternoon filled with elegance, energy, and charm.
The WSO is tuning up for a special performance tomorrow afternoon with a special guest. That is internationally acclaimed violinist Alexandra Konyanova. In rehearsal today, the Centennial Concert Hall, she's making her Canadian debut with the WSO. The show is called Strauss, Dances and Dreams, celebrating the 200th anniversary of Waltz King Johann Strauss Jr. She'll be performing other classics as well. Konyanova says classic music can touch everyone, even if you don't know a lot about it.
I think it's a great experience to have, and just to have a moment of true sharing from heart to heart, from artists to the people. I think we are servants of music, of art, and we transmit something that makes the world better.
Kanye Nova says she's receiving a warm welcome in Winnipeg. Strauss's Dances and Dreams begins tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock at the concert hall. Visit tickets, visit wso.ca.
Now to a toothy musical here just in time for Halloween.
It's a vampire musical comedy created and performed by 2 Winnipeg artists. It's called Afterlight, the story of an elderly insomniac and a 500-year-old vampire. The play was created and is performed by Sharon Bajer and Duncan Cox. On stage, the duo channels their years of friendship into the show's unlikely romantic duo. Afterlight runs from October 24th to November 2nd at the Franco-Manitoban Cultural Centre. For showtimes and tickets, visit rainbowstage.ca.
All right. Thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Kick off the weekend with some great entertainment starting at 7 with Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. Special Forces World's Toughest Test follows at 8. And the premiere of Blue Blood spin-off Boston Blue is up next at 9. It's all right here tonight on CTV. A live look at the St. James Bridge. Almost no traffic northbound. The opposite southbound, very busy going there, slow going onto southbound Kenniston. So maybe avoid that bridge if you can. Take another one. Cloudy in the city right now, misty too. 10 degrees is the current temperature. 30 kilometers an hour. That's the wind speed from the west. I'll have your full weekend forecast coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
High school varsity football teams were literally tearing up the field after heavy rain made for some slick gameplay. There were 5 shutouts last night. Murdoch McKay Collegiate shut out visiting Garden City Gophers 24-zip. Kildonan East shut out Maples Collegiate 26-0. West Kildonan Collegiate shut out Portage Collegiate 46-0. St. Paul's High shut out Winnipeg's Vincent Massey Collegiate 3-0. And Dakota Collegiate shut out Sturgeon Heights 19-0. The only game with scores on both sides of the board was a Brandon matchup. Vincent Massey High School and Crocus Secondary. Vincent Massey won 38-9.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Still a little bit of rain coming down out there, but over a 36-hour period up to about 4:15 this afternoon, here's how much has fallen across a wide swath of southern Manitoba. And you can see right up at the top of the list, Rivers, Manitoba, 37.4 millimeters. Minnedosa, almost 28 millimeters. Verdun got quite the soaking. Many other communities as well. Brandon, further down the list, 14.5. Winnipeg at the bottom of the list, 20, well, not quite that much. 12.1 millimeters recorded at the Forks. 8.7 millimeters of rainfall recorded at Winnipeg Airport as of 4:15. That rain has now turned to mist. That doesn't mean, or the showers really, they're more moderate showers. That has now turned to mist. If you're wondering about the Bomber game, well, we can't entirely rule out showers just yet. So if you're heading out to the game tonight, just be prepared for that, but otherwise dress warmly. It is going to be a little cool out there. So I'll step aside and show you. There's not much showing up on the radar right now, but there's more activity into northwestern Ontario. You can see that lift there with that Colorado low that's making its way across the region. It's gradually making its way toward Hudson Bay, but before it moves out over the water there, it is still dumping an awful lot of rain in other parts of the province as well. You can see wrapping back into northwestern Ontario. So Environment Canada is still figuring with this rainfall event from when it started early yesterday through to when it should be completely wrapped up in the province late Saturday. We could see anywhere from 25 to 40 millimeters in a very generalized amount across the south. Late Saturday night, flipping over into Sunday, you see the rain is still continuing. Speaking of flipping over, we'll see a flip over to snow in parts of northern Manitoba by Saturday morning. Meanwhile, we get the sunshine back here in the south, so it will be a sunny weekend for places like Winnipeg and Brandon. In the afternoon, though, you can see a wide swath of Manitoba still blanketed in some light rain coming through. but it should miss the Winnipeg area. It should, and other areas out to the west as well. You can see peeling back like a curtain into Sunday morning. That sunshine is spreading to more areas further into west central regions. For tonight, there is the possibility of those showers. Otherwise, the sky will clear overnight. We drop down to 5 degrees with west winds. Mix of sun and clouds Saturday, a high of 12. On the backside of that low, pretty strong and gusty west winds in the city. Sunny Sunday, 11 degrees. Soggy Monday, rain showers returning on Monday with a high of just 8 degrees. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all 3 days a mix of sun and cloud. One day a little bit warmer than the next, starting at 7 Tuesday, 9 on Wednesday, up to 11 degrees by Thursday. To our weather photos we go. This first one takes a look at the beautiful colored clouds over Morden at sunrise this morning. That photo is from Betty. And this next one, beautiful look at the fall colors out at the cottage at Pelican Inlet. That is off Lake Winnipeg. That photo is from Louise, and they said it was a little cool and misty out there today, but they were sure enjoying those fall colors out there on Lake Winnipeg, Marilee.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Well, finally tonight, Canadian Legends Blue Rodeo are back in Winnipeg. It is their 40th anniversary tour, and they are playing 3 shows at the Burton Cummings Theatre. We're actually going to leave you with some of last night's performance. Enjoy. I heard they were amazing. We'll see you back here for CTV News at 6.
Take the sky like the morning sun.